Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great day. Here's what Congress is saying about our fourth stimulus check, as well as an increase to your Social Security benefits.
Very much, Speaker, once again for your strong, passionate, and eloquent leadership. Let me just say, we saw the jobs report, and it's clear the economy is losing steam. That means we need big, bold investments in America.
Do you believe in a Social Security increase for our seniors? And do you believe that seniors should get a fourth stimulus check? Tell me in the comments below. So, while next year's COLA could be the highest it's been in years, for many seniors that is a cause for concern. A big COLA makes low-income seniors nervous that they're going to be facing adjustments to their Medicare costs.
Benefit because women predominantly bear the responsibility for many of those important priorities in our society. So I'm really very, very excited. I always had confidence. I never doubted that the president's budget would prevail.
To food benefits, rental subsidies, and that sort of thing. So new stimulus checks could be a way to get extra non-taxable income to them. The hope is that those payments could defray the higher cost that some would face if next year's COLAs bump them into higher tax brackets. The Senior Citizens League is planning to contact Congress with its campaign soon, and the group plans to advocate for payments, particularly for low to middle income retirees. Folks, I just hope that our seniors get the financial help that they need. It is very important that our government help us out our seniors.
In the middle of a time when senior poverty is increasing, Republicans and some Democrats came up with a brilliant idea for cutting cost of living adjustments for Social Security, solvency of Social Security, and expand benefits for people who desperately need them. I'm Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message.
Democratic lawmakers in Congress just proposed a new tax for the new $3.5 trillion budget plan. More groups have urged the Biden administration to send out $1,400 checks to seniors and SSI recipients. And congressional Democrats are floating a bill of taxes to help cover their $3.5 trillion budget plan, which includes new levies on the wealthy. Just know this: Senate Finance Committee Chairman Ron Wyden has introduced proposals for taxes on so-called derivatives, which are financial contracts linked to assets as well as carried interest, which generally is received by hedge fund managers and private equity firms. Currently, investors don't pay taxes on their gains. Some Democrats have said this about taxing the wealthy. The country's wealthiest, who profited immensely during the crisis, have not been paying their fair share. They can defer, and they never pay tax on billions of dollars in gains. No nurse or firefighter or teacher in America can play those games.
It is totally unacceptable to me and totally unacceptable to the American people. When we talk about Social Security today, what we should be talking about is expanding benefits.
The IRS data shows that taxpayers with incomes of more than $500,000 received about 72% of all realized capital gains in 2016. And this is a mark-to-market tax on billionaires, which may affect roughly 600 Americans and raise hundreds of billions of dollars in revenue. But it may be difficult to predict how much such a measure may bring in. Now, income tax revenue for the government may be volatile with annual limits on loss deductions, but the measure may still have a significant impact depending on the limitations and phase-outs. But with pushback from centrist Democrats and Republicans, it is unclear which proposals may make it into the final version of the budget. Ron Wyden proposed a market-to-market plan in 2019 and delivered a paper calling for a levy on taxpayers making more than $1 million in income or more than $10 million in assets. Earlier this year, Democrats proposed a 3% annual tax on wealth of more than $1 billion. The Social Security cost of living adjustment, everybody, for 2022 could be the highest in decades. The latest estimates come from the Senior Citizens League, a nonpartisan senior group. It points to a possible 6.2% increase for next year, based on the latest Consumer Price Index data. In comparison, this year's bump to benefits was just 1.3%. Yet next year's prospective increase Yet next year's increase comes as seniors already facing rising costs. Moreover, higher Medicare Part B premiums and taxes on benefits could also eat away at that adjustment. Now the Senior Citizens League is hoping to do something about it. Last week, the organization sent an email to supporters informing them of its plan to petition members of Congress for new $1,400 checks just for seniors. The group received more than 100 replies from seniors, and more than 50 of those messages mentioned having to cut down to one meal a day or trouble affording groceries. Many seniors folks are in need of financial assistance, so I believe that a 4th stimulus check definitely must be approved. Do you guys agree? Tell me in the comments below.
There are elements in it that, in my view, are positive. Don't go far enough by any means. But one of the things this bill does do, and now I find that some of my Republican colleagues are very distressed. They're very upset. These very same folks had no problem a couple of years ago voting for $1 trillion in tax breaks for billionaires and large profitable corporations. Not a problem. But when it comes to low-income workers in the midst of a terrible crisis, maybe some of them earning or having more money than they previously made, oh my word, we got to strip that out. But some of my Republican friends still have not given up on the need to punish the poor and working people. You haven't raised the minimum wage in 10 years. Minimum wage should be at least $15 an hour. You haven't done that. You've cut program after program after program.
Chuck, thank you very much. I wish every American could walk down this alley with me to see and talk to the people who've been devastated. Just talk to them. None of them were shouting or complaining. Every one of them were thanking me as if it was something special. I mean it sincerely, that I was here, and hoped that we'd be able to do something. This is America, where I'm standing right now. These are the people, whether it's in Scranton or Claymont or anywhere around the world, the country, who built this country. And it's about time we step up. They're always the first ones that are hurt and the last ones that are helped. But that's not going to happen this time. The group I have standing with me, led by Chuck Schumer, and your Congresswoman, is this your district?
Grace Meng.
Oh, it's Grace's district. No, it's. I want to thank her personally for her gumption, the way she's fought and hollered and fought so